We're about to see a first round full of surprises and strategic fits. Are we? What is up, NBA fans? Shout out to my San Antonio Spurs fans. Welcome to TSR Sports. And I caught a mock draft by Sports Illustrated, and apparently they're going to shake things up. So I'm going to do a live reaction to this. I know Cooper Flag's going number one. It says it right there. Everything after that, no idea. So let's get into the first round from Sports Illustrated and see if this is shaking things up as much as the intro said. Cooper Flag to the Dallas Mavericks. Duh. I'm guessing number 2, Dylan Harper to the San Antonio Spurs. No surprises yet. I don't remember if mocks had VJ Edgecombe or Ace Bailey going third to the 76ers, but they have generally rounded out the top 4. I expect that to be the same here. With the third overall pick, we had the Sixers taking Ace Bailey as expected, which means VJ's probably going 4th to the Charlotte Hornets. All right, everything playing as expected for the moment. 5th overall pick, Trey Johnson. Was he mocked that high? I don't think he was. So he has moved up. All right, Utah Jazz taking Trey Johnson. 6th overall. Jeremiah Fears I've seen mocked generally. He's been jumping up and down draft boards. I've seen him round out the top 10, fall out of the top 10. SI has him going 6th to the Washington Wizards. It'd be interesting to see what happens draft night with players like this, where you see NBA analysis constantly have them ping-ponging between pick 6 and I think pick 12, somewhere in that range. So that's a big range. Pick number 7, the New Orleans Pelicans take Con Knippel, a player that was mocked to the San Antonio Spurs many times. That'll change when they moved up to number 2, so they take the shooter out of Duke. Okay. 8th overall pick, the Brooklyn Nets take Igor Demon. Now, this is another player that I believe was mocked. Gosh, I actually saw mock drafts have the Spurs take him at 14, so he's generally been, I think, in the mid-team. So him jumping up into the top 10. Okay, actually, I think they say that there. The 6'9 guard has become the hottest name in pre-draft circles, skyrocketing from a fringe first-rounder in earlier mocks to a legitimate top 10. A fringe first-rounder, so was he originally mocked in the second round? I wasn't looking at mock drafts, a few months ago, but was he not even a first-round talent and is now moving up into lottery land? We've seen that with Cedric Coward, who I think was a second-rounder, and now he's possibly a lottery pick. All right, okay. Number 9. Kelman Malawach, which is a drop a little bit. I generally had seen him mocked in the top 6 or 7, but still rounding out the top 10 would certainly, that would be expected. Kasparos Shakishionis, am I saying his name right? Probably not. Goes to the Rockets at 10. Portland Trailblazer takes CMB Colin Murray Boyles, which, yeah, he's been projected, I think, around 11 to 13, so that kind of tracks. That's a big, giant, holy moly. All right, finally, 12, Derek Queen. The Bulls. Okay, no changes there, no surprises. Noah Essengay. All right, so this is one that I think may have moved up, and this is a French player that would combo with Zachary Rasheer over in Atlanta. Not combo, but, same country. I feel like I've seen him mocked a little bit lower, but my brain's not. It may be around here, but I could have sworn just a little bit lower. All right, drum roll. I'm a Spurs fan. So who do they have the Spurs taking at 14? Carter Bryant has been mocked to the Spurs a ton. I like Rasheer Fleming. I've seen Danny Wolf a little bit. Lee McNeely. I think Sports Illustrated is going to go with the status quo, and they're going to have us take Carter Bryant at 14. That just seems to be the one that most mock drafts have us taking. And sure enough, 14, San Antonio Spurs select Carter Bryant out of Arizona. A lot of potential, but he wasn't on the court a lot with Arizona. Supposed to be a good 3-and-D wing if all pans out as expected, but I think we're drafting more potential than what we actually saw on the court with that one. We'll see. OKC, well on their way to the NBA Finals. One went away. That game is tonight. I'll do a YouTube short. I was going to say live. I'll do a YouTube short on the ending of that. They take Loan Treyarch out of France. Any other surprises in the first round? Nate Clifford goes 16 to the Magic. Asa Newell to the Timberwolves at 17. I feel like he is dropped in mocks. Wasn't he projected usually normally as a lottery pick? I feel like he's fallen back a bit. Player would not be completely upset if the Spurs took him at 14, but I do think he was ranked higher earlier in the year, and he's lately been taking a step backwards. Still looking for Rasheer Fleming and Danny Wolf, two players that I would not be upset about if they went 14. My man Maxime Reynaud, a player that a lot of Spurs fans want. Will he wind up in the first round of this mock? Thomas Torber goes to the Wizards at 18. Brooklyn Nets, and they have a lot of first round. We're going to see the Nets a lot. Will Riley out of Illinois at 19. Miami Heat take Jace Richardson at 20. Danny Wolf finally comes off the board at 21 to the Utah Jazz. So Rasheer Fleming is still in there. Listen, I've mentioned him on this channel a lot. If you hear me talking about him mock drafts, he's a player I'd be very happy if my San Antonio Spurs drafted at 14. He's, I think, 6'9", has like a 7'5" wingspan, can shoot the three, can rebound. He checks a lot of the boxes the Spurs are missing on their roster, but he has not gone yet in this mock draft. Still out there, dropping in the 20s. Liam McNeely, 22 to the Hawks. I forgot about Liam McNeely. He had been mocked a lot between 14 and 17-ish. So him dropping into the low 20s, that would be obviously be a financial hit to him, but also a bit of a shocker that he would drop that far. Didn't have the best of season with UConn. My girlfriend's a huge UConn fan. She thinks he should have went back to UConn for one more year. Well, too late now. I think it's too late. Can he pull out a draft? I think it's too late. There. Rasheer Fleming. They've got his... Oh, my God. They've messed up his name. Look at this, guys. They have Rasheer Fleming right here, right? Rasheem. Then he's Raheem Fleming down here. Listen, mistakes happen. I certainly make mistakes often, but I'm just a guy sitting on his couch talking basketball and a Spurs fan. I'm not getting paid. Well, I'm making YouTube money, but this isn't my job. I have a job. I have 800 hobbies. I'm a musician. I work out, Magic the Gathering, comic books. Too many hobbies, which is why I'm a jack of all trades, master of nothing. But man, to butcher his name, I mean, you spelled it wrong. Fine, but you spelled it wrong twice in the same article. Do they call him Rasheer Fleming later on in the article? No. Okay, that. OKC, Joan Berenger out of France. I know I'm saying a lot of these names wrong. I'm sure I am. Orlando Magic take Walter Clayton Jr. out of Florida. So we haven't seen Cedric Coward come off the board yet. I'm wondering if he'll be a first-round pick in this mock. Whoops. The Nets with Noah Penda out of France. Not familiar with him. Nets again, Drake Powell out of North Carolina. The Celtics, oh, you son of a Boston team. That'd be a good pick for them. Maxime Reynaud, 28th out of Stanford. He's moved up draft boards quite a bit. He was originally projected to be in the 40s. I could definitely see him going late in the first round. Celtics got a lot to do in the offseason. Their salary cap is going to be ginormous. They got Jason Tatum out for the year. Jaylen Brown has a huge contract, as well as Tatum. You got Kristaps Porzingis with a large contract, Derek White, Drew Holiday. I believe they're going to be not only the luxury, I know they're the luxury tax next season, but also the first and second level in the new CBA. They're going to be paying some serious taxes if they can't start moving players. And maybe they can move Drew Holiday. I think Porzingis, with his injury history, might be a little more difficult. Let's see what they do in the offseason. Rounding out the first round, we got the Phoenix Suns taking Hugo Gonzalez out of Spain. And we have the Clippers taking Yaxel Lendenbrog. I'm not trying to say that. And that's it for the article. So there you go, guys. Any surprises in this one? I'm going to get back to the top here. Sorry for all the scrolling. Just want some. I don't have a thumbnail because I didn't know what was going to happen in this draft. Any surprises? I thought there were a few. Some players, I mean, as they said, some players rose up, some players dropped down. I guess the biggest surprise was Rasheer Fleming's name being not once, but twice misspelled. So that happens. Hey, we're not perfect. We're human. That was a long article for Matt and Brandon to write, so he made one little mistake. It happens. So appreciate you watching. Comment, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you, and as always, go Spurs, go.